highest mile-bred songbird. The Michelle Birdsong, Evangeline Einstein in New York City, just left the Maria Cott writing group here at St. Francis of Assisi. St. Francis was and has been reborn as Robin Birdsong. And Maria Cott, did I say, was the teacher? I don't have a picture of her. I put her pictures in some of these books. But she was Mary McLeod Bethune, the black American educator in the 50s. And she founded a college, and she's an excellent teacher. All right, let's move right along. This was the prompt, New Year's Day, by Kim Adenizio. The rain this morning falls on the last of the snow and will wash it away. I can smell the grass again and the torn leaves being eased down into the mud. The few loves I've been allowed to keep are still sleeping on the West Coast. Here in Virginia, I walk around the fields with only a few young cows for company. Big-boned and shy, they are like girls I remember from junior high, who never spoke, who kept their heads lowered and their arms crossed against their new breasts. These girls are nearly 40 now. Like me, they must sometimes stand at a window late at night, looking out on a silent backyard at one rusting lawn chair and the sheer walls of other people's houses. They must lie down some afternoons and cry hard for whoever used to make them happiest, and wonder how their lives have carried them this far without ever once explaining anything. I don't know why I'm walking out here with my coat darkening and my boots sinking in, coming up with a mild sucking sound I like to hear. I don't care where those girls are now. Whatever they've made of it, they can have. Today, I want to resolve nothing. I only want to walk a little longer in the cold blessing of the rain and lift my face to it. Okay, now what I got when I read this poem, I was struck by the lines, which is that, in this one, she said, how their lives have carried them this far without ever once explaining it. This is what struck me, because if you are carried far, if life is carrying you far without explaining anything, that's because you're playing baby. Because if you want to know everything, you can know it. Anything you want in your deepest heart, nature is obliged to give you. And I am an example of that, because I am so inundated with knowledge, I can hardly look at a line without being able to explain it, because that's what I wanted. You see? And like here, blessing, B-U-B-L-E is Buble. And put the S here at the end of by the G, and it says Bublé sings. Michael Bublé is an international jazz singer who was once Frank Sinatra, and who was Elvis Presley, and who was Adam, the first entity on Earth. And G, because you put the S here, made GS, is Gurinder Singh, and he sings. He was Louis Armstrong, Nat King Cole, Jackie Wilson, Luther Vandross projected, Michael Bolton projected, Sir Paul McCartney projected. You see? So I know that just looking at the word blessing. Okay? They don't know that, and if I tell them that, because they're so brain dead, their minds are not open with it. But that's what's so great about Maria Cott, our teacher, who was Mary McLeod Bethune. She is totally open-minded. I said to her, I look at the sun like this last line here. blessing of the rain and lift my face to it. So she lets the rain on her face. I, almost any time he's out there, look at the sun and let the sun radiate onto my face, into my eyes. So I said, and they tell people, if you look at the sun, you'll go blind. I look at the sun and my eyesight is strengthened because I am the daughter of the sun. And then I said, oh, she's crazy. That's what you're thinking. And so Maria Card said, no, it's whatever you believe, And I said, well, I believe it. And not only do I believe it, I'm pregnant with his baby. I know it, But we won't get into that right now. I just want to say this is Gurinder Singh, he's all in disguise now, but he used to be all those people I said, Louis Armstrong, Nat King Cole, Frank Zappa, Ricky Nelson, just so many singers he was, to sing to Eve, to give her comfort. Okay, so let me just move along. This is what I wrote. You were supposed to read the poem to yourself and then write whatever comes to mind about it. So I wrote, she or he, I don't know, I know a boy, Kim, and I know Kim Kardashian is a girl. So at first I thought it was a boy. So I don't know what it is. We're going to Google it and find out if she was a boy or a girl. She or he says, and wonders how their lives have carried them this far without ever once explaining anything. Have carried them? What are they, babies? This far without ever once explaining anything? The dozen or so men who run the world are obligated to explain what they're going to do before they do it. They explain, you see. Do you pay attention? Have you no interest? No curiosity? The movie Oil Storm, for example, shows all about Hurricane Katrina before they made it happen. There were at least 60 references to the Twin Towers being blown up the years before they did it, before they blew it up. They knew the way to control the weather had been discovered, Mild Red discovered it, by Serbian-American Nikola Tesla, because Mild Red was Nikola Tesla. The Michelle Bird song, Einstein, Evangeline, over 100 years ago. Or did they? Do they pay attention? Many people know the Rothschild banking families start wars, then lend money to those warring, money to buy armaments. If you want to know what is going on, you will know what is going on. Nature's obliged to give you your heart's desire. What you have is what you desire in your deepest heart. Now, if you don't know your deepest heart, you can't know that you actually have what you want in your deepest heart. That's why Socrates, when I was Socrates, I said, know thyself. If you know yourself, you can be at peace. Okay? Because you can put all the pieces together and make a complete the puzzle, and it's no longer a puzzle. It's a picture of who you are. My mother once said, ignorance is bliss. My aunt being St. Francis of Assisi, Robin Birdsong, my mother being Jindara Ransinger, that's who took another birth and became my granddaughter, Jindara Ransinger. She was a projection when she was my mother of Gurinder Singh Ji. See, we're all connected. You can think you're among strangers, but you're not. That's trick Satan pull. You don't know who you are, and you don't take the time to find out who you are. So my mother said, ignorance is bliss. My aunt said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. She thought that was so important for me to know. She had an artist, and here we were, a poor color family. She had an artist a colored artist come to our house and paint that on the wall in silver. So I would really understand this is important and this is true. So my guiding principle has been to go toward the truth. Don't be afraid of the truth. Know that the truth will set me free. I didn't even know I wasn't free, but I took my word for it. So I bought my aunt's words, not my mother's words, that ignorance is bliss, because in the highest heaven, in the ocean of bliss, you are ignorant. You're just blissful. You don't need to know anything. All you are is feeling. You feel bliss. You see? Now, when I was Fritz Perls, the German psychiatrist, I said insanity is being out of context. People who want to feel bliss all the time and do drugs on the earth are out of context. So they're insane. Drug addicts are insane. Okay, because they're trying to do bliss all the time on the earth. You can have moments of bliss. You can have hours and days of bliss, but you can't be in bliss all the time and function on the earth in this body with our brain and our hands and our feet, etc. Okay, you understand that? All right, so then it says in the Bible, my people shall be destroyed from lack of knowledge. I spent New Year's Day, that was the name of the poem, New Year's Day, so I brought it back to being relevant to the assignment. I spent New Year's Day watching and learning from insiders' videos on YouTube. I am more free from wondering, is that he or B? Wondering something. Number 1, I wanted to know. Number 2, I attracted the truth. I attracted the know. I attracted the knowledge. Okay? I don't have to play baby anymore. I'm a grown-ass woman, and I'm loving my courage. Okay? It does take courage to look at the truth and search for the truth and accept the truth. Okay, I don't know what those videos are that give the names of the people who were telling the truth about the people who run the world. I wonder where it is. I'll give it to you in the next video. Okay, this is Mild Red. Is it here? Let me just look, because I would love for you to be able to, is that it? No, that's about Tesla's early years. Tesla gave us electricity. You know, he took the, something about, alternating current. Okay, I'm not going to, I have to straighten off my bed what, Jordan Peterson said. Is this it? Oh, terrific, I found it. Okay, this is the first video you check out. Bill Amacher, Explosive Information Explaining World Government. Check this out so you can know what is going on. It's at the Trusted Real News channel on YouTube, okay? It talks about he was an undercover money laundering person, and he found out exactly who does what, and he said he had to appeal to the people's greed, power, and ego, and jealousy is rampant. Zealotry has taken over U.S. political discourse. Okay, the bad guys have all the money and no rules. The good guys have all the rules and no money. The world is these are notes I took from this video. The world is addicted to credit. 1% are the professionals, the lawyers, who created false economy with smoke and mirrors. The system is not geared for honesty. If you want to know who has the power in your country, find out who you can't criticize. Voltaire said that. Voltaire has been reborn as Robin Birdsong. my daughter standing next to her. I'm standing next to her. And that was Einstein and a lot of other people. And this is my husband, Carlos. He works here at St. Francis of Assisi. Okay? And that's Lisa. Michael Raker. He's in the writing group. Very smart guy. Okay, so I won't tell everybody on the collage because I want to read the next video that is, here it is. This is the one. Now this is done by a chaplain, so it's kind of folksy, so you have to be patient and let him talk. If you let him talk, it's going to blow your mind because he has information that people confess to their counselors. Okay, he was counselors to these elitists, as he calls them. Now the name of the video, what you Google, is Americans Important. Lindsey Williams, The Elite Speak. These are DVDs, and Stan Johnson is there. He's a good Christian. I think he's a preacher too. But they have some truths here you need to know. They talk about the 12 men that run the world. They don't tell you their names, but they tell you a lot of stuff. Maelstrom Exceptions is the channel on YouTube where to find this. Okay, and then he tells you some buzzwords, and it's so illuminating. And you know what? If you'll be strong enough and brave enough to accept these truths, you'll feel better because life will make more sense to you than walking around distracting yourself from what is really going on. And these are sleeping babies like the sleeping babies in my womb. Okay? This is the Father, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa Claus, St. Valentine, and like I said, he was a lot of singers as well. We've taken over 10,000 births, so you shouldn't be surprised that he was all these people. These pictures here, this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reborn as Lou Ranzinger. This is Lou here. This is Fallon. And this is, I think she was Tonto. Her mother was a Lone Ranger. I think she was Tonto. And this is Jandara Ranzinger, my mother, reborn. And I lost my train of thought. Anyway, he was also General Dwight David Eisenhower, you know. Okay, so I'll think of what I had to say when I stop the video, and then I'll make another video and tell you what I had to say on this one. Okay, and this is when it was Marilyn Monroe. And this is Guru Nanak. This is Abraham Lincoln, Tony Robbins. I was Mary Todd Lincoln, Tony Robbins' wife in another life. Okay, this is Gertrude Stein. She used to entertain all the movers and shakers in the world in her home in Paris. Okay, it's Miles Redd, Songbird. I hope you've learned a lot, and I hope you will do your homework and not be apathetic. This is Robin's little Christmas decoration. Whoops. In the UK. She got a picture here of Gurinder Singh. He's her master. She's his disciple. Like I said, he's Jesus Christ and the Buddha. There's a little tiny Santa, St. Nicholas. He's Santa. And I sent her a card, and she put it on her later Christmas decoration. Okay, this is mine. And this is her card she gave me. I love this card. Look at that little fuzzy nose, little the bear. Isn't that cute? I love it. And it says, thank you for making so many wonderful and happy memories to last a lifetime through Happy Christmas with love. To my wonderful mom, love you, Rob. Look, she drew a little face. She used to be Dr. Seuss. You see? The branch don't fall far from the tree. Okay, I'll talk to you later.